What's up, NFL fans? It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk, in the house, back with another short. And this week, what did we learn NFL style week 18? But before we get into the video, make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, do so now. I appreciate that. So without further ado, man, let's get straight into it. And what exactly did we learn in this week of around the National Football League? Straight up, we're going to start with my boy, everyone's favorite, Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, man, is probably one of the most underrated coaches in the National Football League. He successfully completed another winning season. He has not had a losing season since he's been the head football coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? So he isn't known to be, an X's and O's kind of guy per se, but he's a motivator of men. And considering what he's had to deal with, in the last couple of years, having Ben Roethlisberger finish out his career, kind of limping out of his career, Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky, a lot of injuries to TJ Watt, Najee Harris, the carousel of receivers. This guy still finds a way to get guys winning in the National Football League. Now, they didn't make the playoffs, but, to say that you've never had a losing season as a head football coach, hell, in any level, is something worth talking about. And so that's one thing that I learned this week. All right, what else did we learn about this week? There is hope for the Motor City. Yes, the Detroit Lions. Now, they didn't make the playoffs as well, but you know what? They showed some promise. They have some young talent, guys like Aiden Hutchinson, Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift, the rookie receiver out of Alabama. I believe his name is Jameson Williams or Williamson, whatever the case. Listen, I was not a fan of Dan Campbell. The whole knee biting thing, breaking the ankles, the whole WWE coaching style, I didn't get it. But kind of like Mike Tomlin, this guy also is a motivator of men. And if you're a Detroit Lions fan, man, the future does look bright. Now, they're still in a winnable division. Jared Goff actually looks like a very serviceable quarterback. So, now they're going to have to find ways to win these games. But, if you're a Lions fan, man, it's looking pretty good, if I don't say so myself. All right, Green Bay Packers. You got to move on from this dude, man. Organizational-wise, if you're the GM, president, whatever the case may be, you got to trade him. He doesn't want to be there. And if you're a Packers fan, you don't want him there either anymore, because this is what's going to happen in the offseason. He's going to do this whole melancholy and philosophical preaching and yada, yada, yada. And, the time is not right. It's still raw, da, 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 da. Get his ass up out of there, man. Okay? I get it. He's a future Hall of Famer. He won a Super Bowl. He's won back-to-back MVPs. The guy's a stud. But Green Bay Packers, you got to let him go, man. You got to move on. You have to move on. Please move on. Now, the cupboard is not bare. Christian Watson kind of stepped his game up, better half of the season. You still got two really solid running backs in Dillon and Jones. Your defense is good. Your offensive line is going to be one of the better ones in the next season. All you need is to find a quarterback. Is Jordan Love the guy? I don't know. Maybe make a trade, whatever the case may be, but you got to move off from Aaron Rodgers, man. Some fool's going to take him on. Believe me, they will. Okay. So Green Bay Packers, do us a favor, move on from this guy, and you guys will be better off for it. That's what we learned. Moving on. Dallas Cowboy fans, including myself. Yeah, I'm repping the hat. Early exit again. Yes. Now the schedule came out for the wild card. The Cowboys will be playing Monday night, capping off wild card weekend. And guess who they're playing? None other than Tom Brady. Yes. Tom Brady, who is 7-0 against the Dallas Cowboys in his career. Cowboys not playing really good football the better half of December, or actually all of December, really. Biggest win was the Eagles game, but the defense gave up a lot of points and yards to a backup in Gardner Minshew. Defense really has not been playing well at all as of late. Offense struggled Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening against the Commanders. Listen, some of you in Cowboys land or Cowboys Nation, you're probably, oh, this guy's blasphemous. He's a Cowboys fan. Why is he talking about that? Listen, I've been a Cowboys fan for over 20 years. I've been a Cowboys fan longer than some of you guys been alive. I've been a Cowboys fan while some of you were still in your daddy's nutsack. So I've seen this story time and time and time again. Here's the thing about the Cowboys that you got to learn, especially when you've been a fan as long as I have. They can beat anyone, but they can be beaten by everyone. That's the thing with the Cowboys. They'll play a bad game, follow up with a good game. Now, the good thing going for Cowboy Nation is that they have not lost back-to-back games this season. So maybe they'll continue on with that trend and maybe get a win and set up that matchup with the Philadelphia Eagles in the divisional round. But we'll see. If not, I won't be surprised if they get bounced out in the first round yet again. Where do I start with this idiot? He must be stopped. Chargers fans, whoever, football fans around the world, this guy's an idiot. The Chargers going into that game yesterday against the Denver Broncos knew that they could not improve their seeding. Why? Because the Ravens had lost to the Bengals earlier that day. So what does this guy do? Still plays the starting quarterback. He still's got most of the starters out there. And what happens? Mike Williams goes down with an injury. Joey Bosa goes down with an injury. Now going into the playoff game, you got to go to Jacksonville, a hot team right now, the AFC South champs. You may not even have Mike Williams. If you do have him, he's not going to be 100%. And I get it. Most guys in the National Football League are not at 100% at this point. But listen, he's one of your better offensive players, and he won't be a full tilt. And Joey Bosa re-aggravated another injury that he had earlier this year. So this man must be stopped. Brandon Staley, he'll keep his job because they made the playoffs, but the guy's a complete idiot, and he's got to go. That's what we learned about that fool. And finally, the Bears are on the clock. What are you going to do? Chicago fans, let me know what you think in the comment section. What should you guys do? You guys landed the number one pick in the upcoming draft. What do? Do you trade out of it? Do you get a stockpile of picks? Do you get some players, some veterans to help Justin Fields? Or I've been hearing some rumors that maybe they might even take a quarterback themselves. Okay, so that would be kind of mind-boggling, but, it is the National Football League. We've seen teams do it. We saw what the Arizona Cardinals did a couple years ago where they took Josh Rosen high in the draft, and then they followed that up next year and took Kyler Murray, right? So it's not out of the ordinary for that to happen, but Bears, I think for the most part, they feel comfortable with Justin Fields. So it's just a matter of what can they get in return, right? I think they should probably keep the pick maybe per se, or, some people might say, trade out of the pick, get as much draft picks as you can because this team does need help, right? Wide receivers is something that stands out for me, number one, and offensive line help, right? So historically, they've always been pretty solid on defense, but offensively, they got to get things going. And if Justin Fields is that guy, you got to protect that investment and you got to help reinvesting into him and that team. So, but hey, that's all I got. I'll catch you guys on the next Clutch Sports Talk Shorts with me, Ryan Flowers. Like I always say, never settle till the work is done. Peace out.